Yo there everybody, my name is Jared, back again with yet another Titanfall audio commentary. This video here is the final in the series of the best class setups for each of the Titanfall primary weapons. With that being said, I have considered doing the Titan weapons. We're already 3 months into the game, or 3.5 months since the game first came out, so would you guys still be interested in seeing the best setups for all the Titan weapons? Let me know down in the comments below if you'd be interested in that series, and if you are, I will try to do them all this month. With that being said, let's dive into the Hemlock BFR for this final episode right here. So starting off with my thoughts, I like this weapon. However, I think they could still adjust it and tweak it a little bit more and buff it up just a tad bit more. When I say that, I don't think that the damage should be adjusted. I think in this most recent patch, they really helped the weapon, and it's definitely a whole lot better than it was before. I think the damage they got it right. But I still think that maybe they should adjust the ADS time so you can ADS a little bit faster with this, or I don't know, maybe adjust the hipfire accuracy. Just the Hemlock BFR, it's definitely a whole lot better than it was before this most recent patch, but overall I still think it's not one of the standout weapons, but it is definitely competitive with some of the other guns in the game. So overall my rating for it, I'd probably give it a 8 out of 10, I guess. I was about to say 7, yeah, maybe 7.5 out of 10, so not a bad weapon. I really do like it. I'm a fan of verse weapons in any game, so I did give this weapon a chance. I think it's definitely a whole lot better after update number 4. So overall, Hemlock BFR, it's an okay weapon. I would definitely place it in the average category. But with that being said, let's get into my favorite class setup here for this gun. So starting off with the optics, we got the HCOG on this, and this one was pretty obvious to me. At first, I really did like the HCOG back when the game first came out. I believe in the first weapon showcase I did when I first showed off this weapon, I think I recommended the HCOG, or no, excuse me, the ACOG, but after playing with it and testing it out, I've really grown to love the HCOG. It feels right with this weapon. And in my personal opinion, it works. Yeah, I don't know. This is not really a scientific numbers type show. I just want to tell you what I think works best and what I've had the most success with. So the HCOG is my choice here. And for the mod, this one is sort of a toss-up. I put on the Starburst for my setup because I think I'm decently accurate. I don't know. I mean, I think I might have a 20% accuracy rate, but with this weapon, it might be a little. I think it's higher than that. I think it's maybe 40%. I could be I think these are just numbers I'm making up off the top of my head, but I believe I'm around 40% with this weapon. So the Starburst, if you don't know what it is it increases your shots per burst from 3 to 5. So every time you pull the trigger, you now shoot off 5 bullets at a time, which pretty much guarantees a one-shot if you are fairly accurate. If you miss a lot, I would definitely recommend putting on the extended mag over this. I don't really recommend the suppressor, as it does take off, or well, it makes it so you have to have one more bullet to kill. So it depends on your accuracy. If you think you're fairly accurate, go with the Starburst. It's pretty much always a one burst kill without a doubt. But if you think you are not the best in the accuracy department and you want to use this weapon, I'd probably recommend the extended mag, because you do have more bullets and you can spam fire before you have to reload a whole lot more. So then once again, for me, I chose the Starburst, but if you are one of those guys who are less accurate, definitely try out the extended mag. Coming up next for the anti-Titan weapon, the mag launcher, because with this weapon, I think I'm probably bipolar with this weapon is how I would describe it. In some situations, I love to rush with this. I'll go super close to the enemy, spray him down as much as I can, but other times, I will play it off in the distance, stay in the back of the map, try to take down enemies from a distance, and then also, with the mag launcher, you get some pretty dang far range with this, so I'll also try to pick off Titans from the opposite side of the map, and yeah, just really because the mag launcher has a really far range as far as firing goes, I chose the mag launcher, and also it is my personal favorite of the anti-Titan weapons. Moving on to the sidearm, this one, once again, it's a toss-up. I chose the B3 Wingman because I consider myself maybe a little bit more accurate. Well, it really depends on your playstyle, I'd say. If you are also a person who gets into a lot of close quarter situations, the RE45 is a really good choice as well. So between the B3 Wingman and the RE45, depends on your playstyle. Once again, if you are more accurate, or at least if you think you do, B3 Wingman all the way, but if you want to spray down and maybe hip fire in close quarter situations, the RE45 is also a good choice. For the tactical ability, the active radar pulse, really like this for this weapon. Because as it did say, I am sort of bipolar, where I will go to the extremes of rushing as much as I can, or I will stay off the distance, and I really like the active radar pulse, because in both situations, it gives me a good idea of where people are. Obviously, if I'm too far away from the engagements, the active radar pulse won't help me, but I like it, and it works, especially in the close quarter situations. You can scan a room before you enter it, know where the enemies are, so I put on the active radar pulse. For the ordnance, statue charge, just a given. Even with this most recent nerf in the most recent update, it's still really good. I still think it's the best ordnance. It's really, yeah, it's super powerful, really good blast radius, and overall, definitely recommend this Astro Charge. And finally, wrapping up with the kit, the Quick Reload Kit and the Guardianship. These are two different pieces of kits that I have not really used before, but testing it out, I really like the Quick Reload with this, as I like to go in those close quarter situations, as I've said numerous times, and reloading super fast, where maybe you'll be dancing with an enemy in a room and you guys are shooting and trying to kick each other. You may be in a situation where you do have some time to reload, and the Quick Reload Kit does help a ton, and I like it with this weapon overall. And my reason for the Guardianship, well, I feel like mixing it up. That's really it. I don't know. Yeah, the Guardianship, it's a good overall kit for any of the classes, I'd say, so I recommend it here for this class. With that being said, guys, this has been the final episode in the Classiest of Classes series, which is the official title, or as most of you guys know, the best class setups for each of the Titanfall pilot primary weapons. Let me know once again down in the comments below if you would like to see the Titan weapons, and I can create best class setups for those. If not, I won't. But thank you guys if you did stick through the series. It lasted a whole lot longer than I had planned it to, but it has finally been wrapped up. We've gone through all of the primary weapons in Titanfall. Not that there's a ton, but you know, it's, well, pilot weapons I meant to say. But anyways, guys, my name's Jared. Once again, you guys, Classiest of Classes, and I'll talk to you guys later with some more Titanfall content. Thank you and goodbye.